Hi girls, how are you? Today, inshallah, we are going to study Unit 8, Lesson 11. What is a restaurant critic? By the end of the lesson, you will be able to take part in a discussion about eating out, read and respond to an article about the pros and cons of being a food critic. Pros, it means that you are agree, you like. Cons, it means that you are disagree, you don't like to be a food critic. Identify the meaning of some phrasal verbs. So let's start. What are the different kinds of restaurants in the UAE? Yes, like fast food restaurants, traditional food restaurants. Okay, some restaurants make the main cuisine. So we have different types of restaurants in the. Here, girls, these are our new words that we will study today. Food critic, someone whose job is to make judgments about the good and bad qualities of food and restaurants. Say his opinion. This food is good, this food is bad. So this is, we call it food critic. Chief, a skilled cook, a man, but he is skilled, special, has qualities, especially the main cook in a hotel or a restaurant. Inspector, an official whose job is to check that something is satisfactory and that rules are being obeyed. Restaurateur, a person who owns or runs a restaurant. The restaurant is for him, belongs to him. This is the first one, food critic. He tasted the food to check is it good or bad. This one is chief, skilled cook, especially the main cook in a hotel or a restaurant. Inspector, restaurateur, person who owns or runs a restaurant. Kitchen porter, it can carry, you can, like shelves, you can keep your spoons, your plates, your trays. We call them kitchen porter. Also, we are going to study something which is called the phrasal. Phrasal verb. Phrasal verb means a verb plus preposition. Like look at, look for, look after. Here I have different meaning. Look at means to see, to watch. Look for means to search. You lost something and you search. Look after, to take care. The mother looks after the baby. The doctor looks after the patient. So it means, so the verb is the same, look, but it has different meaning because it has different prepositions. Verb plus preposition, we call it phrasal verb. Get ahead, to be successful and do better than other people in a job. So have a look here to this meaning to show you some pictures. Put on weight, to become fatter and heavier. It means to gain, to get more. Point out, to indicate or specify. Write up. To write a report, article, using notes that you made earlier. Hand out. To give something to each person in a group. Distribute. Get ahead. To be successful in your career. Check out. To make sure that something is actually true, correct, or acceptable. To examine and verify or approve. Check your answer. When I say check your answer, it means that make sure that your answer is correct or not. So it's time now to open the workbook 11. Here, girls, you have some phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs. Write up, hand out, get ahead, put on, check out, point out. We need now to read these sentences and complete from the list. Number 1. I can't go out tomorrow. I have got to my history project. Why you don't go out tomorrow? Why? Because you have to finish your history project. Yes, right up. My dad, 3 kilos when he was on holiday. He get more weight, become heavier, become fatter. Yes, put on. 3. Have you the new Lebanese restaurant in town? It's amazing. Have you visited? Have you gone? Have you tried? Have you eaten? Check out. The cinema is free tickets to see the new science fiction film. Yes, handing out. Why I write here ing? Because of is. After is, ing. Okay? So handing out means that distributing, give. If you want, number 5, to in your career, you will need to work very hard. Get ahead. To be a successful person. 6. My teacher that we had more homework to do at the weekend. Pointed out. So here, girls, let's have a look again to the first one. Write up. Write up here infinitive. Why? Because of to. After to, infinitive. Verb infinitive. Okay. Put on here past. Why? When he was on holiday. Was in holiday. So was here is a past. That's why put. Put is also a past simple. Put. Number 3, have you checked? Checked with ed. Why? Because this is past participle, bb. Number 3 of the verb. Because of what? Because of have. Number 4, handing with ing, as I told you, because of is. After am is are, ing. Verb with ing. Number 5, to. Because of to, infinitive. Get. My teacher pointed. Pointed. Past. Why pointed past? And with ed. Because we had here is past also. That's why I made past simple. Now we have an article. We need to match these titles, these headings, with each paragraph. What are the headings? What does a food critic do? The job. The job of a food critic person. 2. How do you get a job as a food critic? How do you get it? What should you do? What should you learn? What should you study? 3. Is this the best job in the world? Food critic is the best job in the world. So we're going now to read 3 articles, 3 paragraphs, and we are going to match each paragraph with one of these headings. So start. Paragraph 1. Food critics are quickly to point out that their job isn't as great as it sounds. Instead, they complain that because they eat out most nights, they often put on weight and they never have time to go to a gym to lose those extra kilos. Furthermore, they argue that when they visit a restaurant, they are working, not enjoying themselves. Despite their complaints, most of us reckon that being a food critic sounds like a fantastic job to have. Even if you do put on a few kilos, imagine being paid to eat at some of the top restaurants in the world, such as Le Cirque in New York, where meals can cost over $150 per person. Moreover, critics often have to go back to the same restaurant several times so they can give a fair description of the place. So after reading this paragraph or article, what is it talking about? Yes. Is this the best job in the world? Did he say? No. If you go there for as a job, you don't have time for enjoyment. You are going to put on some weight. So it's a good job to have, but imagine that you pay money, a lot of money, to the very famous restaurant in the world. What about paragraph B? Well, they don't have just right about the food they eat. Although the meal is important, they also check out the restaurant facilities and the service. For example, is the restaurant clean? Are the waiters polite? Does the food arrive quickly? For an ambitious chef who wants to get ahead in the restaurant business, the support of the food critics is very important. Several had reviews, many may result in the restaurant closing. So this one is talking about what does a food critic do? The job of the food critic. He always check the facilities, the service, the restaurant clean or not, the waiters are polite or not, the food arrive quickly or not. So this is the job of the food critic. Paragraph C. Unfortunately, it's not that easy, especially if you want to be paid. Newspapers don't just hand out huge amounts of money to anybody. They need to be happy that people want to read and enjoy what the critics say. The best food critics starts their careers by writing up their opinions on all sorts of things, not just food, and even if they are successful, many critics continue to write blogs about non-food issues. However, whatever complaints the critics have, it still seems like an amazing job. Yes, how do you get a job as a food critic? What should you do? You have to make advertisement in the newspaper. You have to pay money to get this one. And you have to read and enjoy what the critics say. So that's why. So here, girls, I have 3 articles about food critic. You are going to read the article again to answer these questions. Read the 3 articles again to answer these questions. So I will give you time to have a look again in your book to the 3 articles and try to answer these questions. What are the questions? Number 1, what do food critics think is wrong with their job? Something wrong with the job. What is it? Why do many people want to be food critics? Many people want to be food critics. Why? How can a bad review affect a chef? If someone say something bad about the chef, this is not good for him. What is the most important skill for a food critic? What should he have? 5. How do food critics spend their time when they are not reviewing restaurants? No restaurants to go and check. What do they do? How do they spend their time? So now let's check the answer together. What do the food critics think is wrong with their job? Going to a restaurant is work. They often put on weight because they are trying food, eating food. That's why they are gaining weight. And this is just for work, not for fun, not for enjoyment. 2. How do many people want to be? Why? Why do many people want to be food critics? It sounds like an interesting and fun job. You get paid to eat at top restaurants. Imagine you go to any restaurant you like and you eat for free. It's a fun job. 3. How can a bad interview affect the chef? It can cause a restaurant to close. Yes. If bad review, will make the chef close the restaurant. What is the most important skill for a food critic? To be able to write well. How do food critics spend their time when they are not reviewing restaurants? They write blogs on non-food issues. So they are writing on something else, not on food. Now let's watch this video.
Jane, have you spotted the
For
food critic
enjoyment,
yet? Any idea
while
who she
you
is,
are
no?
watching,
Yeah,
I need you to write down whatever you understand and confirm this one.
Is that table 10?
Yes.
That is the one we did the biggest shit about.
Order in, chef.
Bring it here.
That's for the food critic table.
Okay, in 1 minute. Tuna? Take that out.
Do you have any feedback for me that they're going to ask?
Yes, the fish itself was very salty and over-seasoned. And it was just over-seasoned.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Table 10 hates the food.
Oh, no, fuck off, no.
It was salty and...
What's that, the tuna?
The tuna.
Michelle, I don't know what happened. Come on, guys.
When some of the food came back, the tuna was over salty. I was sweating, I was shivering.
No, but let's offer them something else
I
instead.
did. They don't want anything else.
The new menu, it's good, but it's not good enough. We have to make it good enough.
Yeah, I apologize for that. If I give you one of my signature dish, is that going to make you feel a little bit better?
Yeah, something just to balance the tartness, you know.
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me another chance.
Yeah.
You know, I'll get a little more used to the menu. It's a brand new menu for me also. Not an excuse, but it's always a little harder. So, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. I'm pissed. Come on, that's his food. He's the one sending it out. Remember, David, when there's a will, there's a way. Gordon, your menu is not better than mine.
Oh, fucking hell.
After over-seasoning the tuna, Michel is abandoning the new menu. He's now preparing to send his stuffed filet of beef, and Gordon is not happy.
Hey, come on, please.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I can see it on your face, but I am not going to start here and let you send shit. Not tonight, huh? No way.
I'm getting frustrated.
Oh, come on.
Mr. Big Chef shouldn't be in the kitchen. The guy's not a chef.
With the restaurant on the verge of success, Chef Michel is insisting on reverting back to his old ways, and Gordon has reached his breaking point.
Thank you very much. I think it's great.
Okay.
You want to help us?
You don't care anymore, do you? Get straight to the fucking answer.
No, I'm not cutting no bullshit. I'm
Get
telling you
straight
how
to
it
the
is.
fucking answer.
Okay? All right?
Okay.
All right, good. Your menu is not better than mine. You know?
You're a donkey.
My food been voted best chef in Ventura County.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Listen.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Don't push the
You put
finger.
your fucking hands up here. Listen to me. You run a shithole of a kitchen. Fuck yourself.
No.
Okay?
No.
Fuck off. Who the fuck are you to turn around and tell me when you work like a pig? You
Okay.
French pig!
Yeah, you know what?
You lazy pig.
Yeah, big
You're
word.
so full of shit. Open your eyes.
Big
and
mouth.
look
Okay,
around.
everyone.
Big
So
mouth.
after watching
You're
this
happy?
video, can you
I'm
please tell
fucking
me
happy.
what
can
you
get
get
out.
from this
You
video?
can get out.
Fuck yourself.
Yes, it is talking about food critic job and how they make the chief feel annoying. He doesn't know what to do if someone said your food is salty, your food is bad, your food is not good. So that's why maybe he will close the restaurant and not working again as a chief. After watching this video about food critic, you have homework. The homework is activity book, page 11. Exercise number 2. We need to match the food industry jobs below to the correct definition. Waiter, kitchen porter, pastry chief, manager, baker, host, street vendor. And here you have the definition, the meaning. We need now to match the word with the definition, with the meaning. This is your homework. Waiting for your homework. Thanks a lot. Bye.